Hello! So I do a lot of ukulele content on my channel, but I recently had a friend suggest that I talk more about singing, and since that's mainly what I do, I thought that made sense. So I wanted to start today with a concept or exercise that is really basic in some ways, but if you can master this and really get it in your body, it's a concept and a skill that it's the gateway to a lot of Western music. So the topic is the major scale. So a major scale is an arrangement of notes that has a particular pattern of whole and half steps. So if you picture a guitar, or here, we'll use my ukulele. Each fret represents a half step, and that's the smallest interval that we use in Western music. And so if I'm pressing here on the 5th fret, then a half step up would be to press down on the 6th fret. 2 half steps is a whole step, so here I am on the 5th fret. To go up a whole step, I would press down on the 7th fret, because that's 2 frets up. Half step, whole step. Okay, so a major scale is made up of 7 notes, basically, in a particular arrangement of whole and half steps. So you have your root or your tonic, and then it's whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. You don't have to memorize that. You can. That would be great for you to memorize. But basically, I just want to show you a couple exercises that you could do to get the major scale in your brain, in your voice, and in your hands. Because I think they're called Curwen hand signs that go along with each note in a major scale and just help you memorize it in a physical way. So, if you'll remember, you've probably heard the song from The Sound of Music that goes, Do, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, etc. Well, that song is going through the different solfege syllables. And so a major scale in solfege with the hand signs sounds like this. So much sustain. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Obviously, this is not about singing well. It's about hopefully getting pitch accuracy, but you want to memorize just the notes in a major scale. So I'm going to do the hand signs slow. It's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Obviously I'm kind of like going physically up. I don't know if that's technically part of it or just what's helpful for my brain, but maybe do that. Okay, so that's the solfege syllables. Now I'm gonna do this in the key of C, because that's a range that should work well in most voices. But the beauty of solfege is that your tonic can be anywhere. You could start your scale here and go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and you're not thinking about what notes you're singing. You're not thinking A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, and that's one of the only advantages that vocalists have over instrumentalists, is being able to transpose without necessarily thinking about the notes that we're singing. It's a double-edged sword. Anyway, so we're going to do this in C, and I'm going to go through just a major scale on solfege syllables, and you can come back to this and practice with me until you have that memorized and really, deeply once you know the major scale well. So we're starting here again. This is do. Do, go back and practice that 1,000 times if you want. So the next thing I would do is to do the same thing, but on numbers, because thinking of a major scale in terms of numbers can be really helpful later on in our theory, knowledge, and practice. So we're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to do my best to get the hand signs right, but we're going to say the numbers of the scale degrees. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Starting here is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can do that 1,000 times now if you want. But once you have those things really, really memorized, then we can start talking more about intervals and chord spelling. So, for example, the next exercise I would do after that is to start practicing my intervals. So we'll do this on solfege. I would go do, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, sol, do, la, do, ti, do, do, ti, do, la, do, sol, do, fa, do, mi, do, re, do. My T was a little flat going up, but hopefully that's still helpful if you want to practice that. Yes, so I think that's where I would start, is doing that exercise a couple times every day until you feel like you could start anywhere in your range and do that pattern. So let's try here. This is pretty low for me, but we'll go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, we'll do the same thing but on numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we just did that in G. So you can go back and practice it in C, practice it in G, then just imagine a note out of thin air and try practicing it where you would like in your range. I think that's it for this one.